part of this. Can you hear me? Okay, it's working. I'm Natalya Suvorova. I work as a Senior HR Director for Line Technology, and I would love to share my HR human resources experience. I'm just wondering who knows what human resources is? Okay, good. It's so funny when just today during the panel discussion, somebody said that it's an easy job. Oh my God, it's not an easy job, just believe me. It requires lots of strength, and I will be sharing my experience. So just a couple of words of myself. I started working as a human resources business partner with Intel. That's my first technology HR job. And I worked there for more than a decade. And then I joined Line Technology, also supporting research and development, engineering, tech jobs. And actually engineering is my passion, but I'm not technical at all. So my internal customers, my partners are engineering managers, principal engineers, architects, front-enders, back-enders, DevOps, and all those people. And what I would love to say, I have several roles. I'm a mom. I'm a proud Bayer mom of a 20-year-old son who does chemistry as a major at Moscow State University. So I'm a free nester, an empty nester. I also have lots of friends, and the majority of the friends come from engineering jobs. So I'm like, if you have seen Big Theory, like Big Bang Theory, I'm like Penny. Like I'm Penny among those scientists. Also, I do boxing, and I would love to share that with you as well. Last year, when there was just the pandemic and lockdowns were over, I decided to do something, like crazy, and I did boxing. I started doing boxing, and I trained 5 times a week. And I would love to say, since we're talking about leadership and female leadership, there is so much stigma. Somehow it's like gymnastics is female sport. Figure skating is female, boxing is not female. Believe me, 70% of my co-boxing partners are females as well. As you know, I work, as I just mentioned, I work mostly for my experience is US companies and with the headquarters in Silicon Valley. So maybe my experience and tips would be a bit biased, but that's my life and my experience. And also, in my job as a human resources director, I supported dozens and dozens of women. When I joined Line Technology, we joined the Charter of Women in Big Data. It's an international community supported by big companies like IBM, Intel, and Line Technology, and we do a lot of meetups for female leadership, for female coders, engineers, and also we do mentoring. So we mentor younger audience like students or people who are just entering their engineering careers. So we do a lot of give back as well. So I'm a big believer in diversity. I'm a big believer in neurodiversity, diversity of age, experience, opinions, gender, and I'm a big believer in female leadership. When I joined Line Technology, the first program which I did, it was, any guesses? My big deliverable was something with females. No ideas? Team? It's maternity program. So we developed a maternity program to support women who go on maternity leave of absence and then return. Because I know I'm a mom, so I know how hard it is to give birth to a beautiful life and also be a professional. And now once you're a mom forever. So we developed a maternity program to support women. And when I was presenting the program to the local leadership team, I had my aha moment. Basically, I was the only woman in that room. So it was full of leaders, of directors, making decisions, and I was the only woman, but I'm a non-technical woman, and it was very difficult to sell the idea to them because, and you know what I did? I didn't ask for an approval. I just presented the program and said, I'm going with the program. And I started searching. So I started looking, let me switch. Yeah, so I started looking at the numbers, and actually, what I discovered, we are doing very good when we start. We have 50% of girls who join as interns or students. But somehow, overall, it's 20%, like 20, 22, 25, depends on the year. We have women in technical jobs. Something happens to them. And we have zero, or almost zero, in higher jobs like in board of directors, I don't know, like leadership committees, higher grades, higher positions, like nada, nothing. And I'm just wondering what's happening. So I looked at each, I went like, I got a list of all female employees in our company, in our location, and I went one by one. And in order to have a VP, like my dream was to have like female VP, female architect, female principal engineer. Actually, they got stuck at some level. And I'm just wondering if it's like a sticky floor or if it's a glass ceiling. And I just went one by one. I had a career conversation with every employee, and we discovered lots of things. For example, the scope was limited. Actually, it was a ceiling, so we changed jobs. We found a mentor. We found a mentor for those ladies. Those ladies were also, because I believe in giving back and paying it forward, we also added a mentee. Like, so like there is a mentee, like body program, mentee, and also like every girl is a mentor and also a mentee. And mentee. We added coaching programs and we added leadership programs. And somehow our numbers became better, and we have now female representatives in our leadership committee. And actually, you know what I found, what I discovered? During COVID and during all those crises which we had and we are having, the teams with female leaders did better because like naturally we are nurturing and the team did really good. I'm not saying that the guys did badly, but still those teams also like survived very good. And by the way, once we have diversity in our committee, we are now adding in Armenia paternity program. It's a lovely paid vacation to bond with a baby for fathers. I think it's good. So like, I would love, I'm as an HR, and I have a luxury of not reporting to business. I report to HRVP, and HRVP reports to CEO, Chief Executive Officer. I can observe different careers, I can provide any advice, I can say any feedback, and you know, I won't be punished for that. So I started looking at the careers of women, and I would love to give very practical advice as human resources professional. And I would love to share like tips, like go tips by tips. So first of all, I would love to say that if it's possible, strategize. I'm not saying that you should put like real roadmap where you want to be, because like life is like things happen in lives. And also you should have your passions, you should know what you love, like what gives you like big drive, like huge kick, what like really makes you happy. And just plan around it, and that's it. And find your passion, and feel free to jump into opportunities if you have, for example, lateral career move, or if you have, or you can pivot, because jobs are not happening like vertically. They're just zigzaggy. Maybe you will have to go to, I don't know, like to have a downshift, which will bring you a bit, you know, in a better direction. Or maybe there is, I don't know, like for example, if you're a coder, if you're an engineer, maybe you can just give it a try and be a software manager or a team lead or a scrum master, and then you can go back and just try those things. If you're just really hardcore coding person, then I don't know, like try an architect position. Just go, like just be, do not get stuck on your jobs, because that's what happened to the ladies with whom I talked. Like I was the most senior person in the room, although I was in the company like a year and a half. And we had ladies who were in the company for 15 years, and they got stuck on their jobs. It's a sticky floor, I don't know, it's a sticky floor, like lipky pole. So another thing which I would love to say is, just give me my slides. Yeah, so like find a role model. Maybe there is a person you admire, and also like yesterday somebody was mentioning it, find a role model. Ask that person how the career was developing. Maybe there are also like good tricks and tips which you could also pick up from that person. Get brave. If there is a job opening, it's so funny what I'm observing now, like in my company and everywhere. If there is a job opening, or there is an opportunity, for example, we had a job opening of a general manager, of a director of the office, of the branch. Every guy submitted their resume, and although they were not qualified like by any means, and not a single lady did that, although they were qualifying and qualified candidates internally. And I asked why? Because they just were not brave enough. They thought like, okay, so like for example, there are 10 boxes, and they ticked only 9. So get brave, go for that, I don't know, for that position. What the worst what could happen? You will just hear a no. So what? Like rejection is a part of our life. It's not even a failure. You could also ask for a piece of advice, like saying like, what, why, why wasn't I chosen? Maybe you will also get very good career advice from that person, and you will know like how to get the job in future, to get there. Also another advice which I would love to give, it's give back, volunteer. By volunteering, I mean not just like, I don't know, like feeding the hungry people in the world, but I mean, for example, this conference. There is lots of diversity and inclusion activities happening in lots of companies. You could also be a speaker at the conference, or you could be a mentor to someone, or you could drive internal activity leadership program, volunteer because it makes you visible. You'll get new skills, and you also get new different network. You won't get stuck. It could be internal volunteering or external. For example, you could run a meetup in Armenia and Yerevan and have an IT community or whatever works for you. And also it brings you visibility, exposure, and it helps in your career. And it's okay. Volunteering is amazing. Also, what I would love to say, I don't know, somehow we as women tend to pick up all those small jobs. Like nobody wants to do. It's okay. This job also must be done by someone. But you know, like nobody became AVP just doing small job. If it's only you, for example, just my personal example, I was in the room full of men, and I was an equal partner at the discussion. Do you know who was asked to take meeting minutes? Me. And I know, maybe because I'm a woman, maybe because I'm human resources, but I'm not obviously a secretary. And I just said, nicely, guys, let's rotate this job. So this time it's me, next time it should be somebody else. And they said, yeah, let's take turns. This year it's you. It's a joke. So just try to figure out why it happens and try to get some sexy, yummy project, if it's possible, because such things get noticed, and it also will help with your career. And like, yeah, and work smarter, not harder. Yeah, like try to figure out, maybe you can delegate, maybe organize people around you, because naturally we tend to do all those, because like we are naturally helpers. I have a child, and also like it's my role, just if my child is hungry, usually it was me who was feeding the child, not my husband. Somehow it just naturally happens. The second tip is promote yourself. I don't know, we are not bragging. We are not bragging at all, like we're very modest. Also today and yesterday somebody was sharing the same experience, one of the speakers. Just get promoted yourself. I mean, talk about yourself, be vocal, be loud. If you deliver something, do not hesitate to boast, just to brag about it. Also, like HR job, it gets unnoticed. When the crisis started in February, I was sleeping, like for a month, I was sleeping every night I was sleeping 3-4 hours, not more, because it was really a hard job as an HR person. And you know what? I said, like, you know, I'm going to tell that about my, you know, sacrifice, personal sacrifice to everyone, because nobody sees my job. I want everyone to know, to be aware that I'm working hard. So promote yourself, be loud, be visible. You can get a sponsor, for example, internally. Maybe there is someone, I don't know, senior woman or another person who could be helping you with your career or advising, or if there is a career board, that person would just, your name would pop up. Get an internal sponsor who would be just like really pushing and helping you with your career. I don't know how big your companies are, but usually it's really like, it's a great example just to get your career rolling and going. Also, it's good to understand like who you're working for, like what keeps your boss awake at night, what makes him or her like roll in bed, and also who is your A team. I'm a director. It means that I have like my direct reports. I have my peers, like people of the same level, and I have like my bosses. My A team is my bosses, so I deliver for my boss and his team. It's my A team, and also I deliver for my partners, like software directors, VPs, etc. So they are my A team. Not the team who reports to me, not my peers, but I deliver to those guys, make them successful, make the company successful. And actually, it also gives you just amazing visibility. And always ask for a promotion, ask for a raise, be vocal. Because what I noticed, we are so modest and humble, we believe that somebody will notice us, how hard we work, that we just don't sleep and we work very hard. No, you won't be noticed, nobody cares. It's hard truth, no, nobody cares. So ask for it, be vocal. If you have an appetite for a promotion or an international assignment or a conference, just ask for it. If you're interested in another career movement, just talk about that. People will know, and again, your name might pop up in another conversation. Somebody will say, you know what, we have a good candidate, and it's you. Talk about expectations. Also, we are not mind readers. I'm a manager, and also it's very hard for me to pick up someone's brain and figure out like what this person thinks. So just talk about your expectations. If you have an appetite for a project, just talk to your boss, to other people, and explain what you want. If you have an appetite, I don't know, like to become, I don't know, a principal engineer, also talk. Even if you're in your junior role, like an intern, it's also good to understand what it takes to be that person, and also it will show that you're ready for this. Unfortunately, there is an opportunity, sometimes there is an opportunity, but somehow internally we are not ready. So it's also good to talk about yourself, about your appetite, and also make your manager a part of your career story. If you are successful, your manager is also successful. So ensure that your manager is a part of your boss, whoever, is a part of your success story, and also you will make that person successful. And if something happens because, I don't know, maybe you did not want to be a manager, or you became a manager, and you realized it's something you didn't like, renegotiate, recontract. Even if you're longing for that position, you understand that you made a mistake, it's okay. It's okay, you can switch back to another career track, and that's fine. And you know, it's funny, in our company previously, if you become a manager, it was a promotion. So I really got rid of that language, because it means that if you become a manager, you are promoted. If you go back to your engineering job, you are demoted. So like, it's not a promotion, it's just a different job. So just renegotiate if it happens. And the last piece of advice, I'm sorry, it's babies. I know that naturally, unfortunately or fortunately, that's only women who can give kids. I'm a mom, so my first program was maternity program. And what I would love, like piece of advice which I would love, who's a mom here? Like, do we have moms here? Oh, amazing, good. Was it hard for you? How's life treating you, having all those roles? First of all, never be sorry and apologize for the choice you make. It happens naturally. Yeah, we give beautiful lives into this world. And even if you just, like, I don't know, like you pick up a position and you discover that you're an expecting mom, or you have, I don't know, like you decided to become a stay-at-home mom, or you decide to have 3 kids, or you're child-free, it's your choice, and never be sorry for that. You know what happened? I was really frustrated. I'm a very passionate HR person, and I had a case when there was a lady, she was just about to go on maternity leave, and there was performance review cycle. She was about to get a promotion. And you know what her manager, a male manager, said? You know, like, you're going to be on maternity leave, I will give you promotion to somebody else because you do not need it. And she got back within 1 year, and it took her another 3 years to get the job she was deserving. So, no, such things shouldn't be happening. If you are on maternity leave of absence, unfortunately, you're disconnected. My advice would be to stay connected. Maybe your team has team buildings. Ask your manager to, or your team members, invite you to all kind of corporate events. Bring your baby to work. It's also fun way to bond. If you have, I don't know, like people leaving the company or somebody joins the company, also just get introduction to the person. Maybe you have you will have coffee with that person, if it's possible, if it's working for you. Also, I don't know, maybe you have quarterly reviews or some, I don't know, like activities when there is reporting once a quarter. Once a quarter, like 1 hour once a quarter, it's okay to join by phone, or I don't know, like to go to a meeting and just stay connected. Do not just disappear from this work scene. I'm a mom, and my son is 20 years old, and basically I'm an empty nester. So he left me, and I'm staying by myself. It's me. It's me by myself. It's my career. It's my family. It's like everything what I built, now it's like hitting me back. So stay connected, and you will be in the loop. Also, when you have longer leaves, figure out how you keep up with the industry. Life is like, everything is changing. And so fast. If you're out of your profession for a year, it's very hard to come back. So, I don't know, figure out how to do this. For example, I don't know, just like if you're a web designer, maybe you would be developing, I don't know, like a web, I don't know, like a page for, landing page for your mom community. Just figure out how to keep up with the industry. Maybe you will be reading some, I don't know, magazines, or you will be having, I don't know, like some subscriptions. Just try to stay cool and on the edge of the industry. Also, before leaving, negotiate your return strategy. We introduced gradual return to the company after maternity leave of absence, because I know how it's hard to switch roles when you just stay home mom and then you go back into another ecosystem. You're breastfeeding, and in a minute you are, I don't know, a manager who is tough in the room. So negotiate your return. Maybe it could be like 4 hours a week. Maybe it could be 6 hours a week. Maybe previously you were like in big position, you were doing something big, and here now, because you do not depend on yourself, your life depends like how your child sleeps and eats. Maybe you could say like, hey, I can have like simpler tasks, but I will have autonomous job. I will deliver when I can, and that's okay. Just negotiate your return strategy. And also how, of course, in your transition out of the organization and back. It's important because your manager becomes also a part of your plan, and your manager becomes responsible also for, I don't know, keeping you informed. Maybe there is a restructure in the organization. Maybe he's leaving, or like they are leaving, or maybe the company doesn't exist anymore. Things happen. If you stay in your maternity leave of absence for 6 years, of course, the company may, go bankrupt. And also, it's us who can influence these, like such things. If you are like working in the enterprise, like, I don't know, like big company, small company, you can develop those programs yourself. You can influence such programs like maternity program, on other leadership programs. Like in my previous experience, nobody was bringing up that conversation. I was the first person who was talking about maternity in the room. And because it just didn't came to their mind, that it's an issue. So, drive this one. Like, if nobody, if you're afraid of the evolution, just lead one. So that's my pieces of advice which I would love to give. So like, strategize your career, promote yourself, and babies. And just, I would love to share 2 inspirational notes. I really love them. I believe that we are here, we are strong, we are successful because of the choices we made, because of the decisions we made, of our failures, but that's us who did it. And you should be proud of yourselves. And I would love you to give like a round of applause, because you're successful because you are successful, not because of somebody else, of some imposter syndrome. It's you. And by the way, the only person with whom you will be living all your life, it's you. Husbands could change, like boyfriends. But it's you who will be. And also, I believe in sorority, in sisterhood. I believe that we are supporting each other. So this conference is a living proof that with Seda and her team that we are supporting each other. I hope that there is lots of network and we'll stay connected. Maybe we'll have meetups later on. You're all invited just to check our jobs. We should be supporting each other. Maybe like next year or this year, we will have some mentoring programs. Let's just stay connected and support each other, because that's us who can support. Thank you so much.